What's up everyone and welcome to another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. Today we've got a bit of a special guest star battle thing. I don't know what to call these, but basically this is the Twitch streamer JFlynn or TheJustinFlynn. You can check out his link down in the description. I suppose I'm going to be alternating every battle, like one will be a viewer battle, and then the next one will try to be a YouTuber or streamer, I guess. In this case, we have JFlynn here, who does a lot of shiny hunting kind of streams, and sometimes also does Wi-Fi battles and multi-battles. So I was actually on his stream the other day because I really like his shiny hunting stuff. So I was watching his stream, and he actually noticed me in the chat, and we decided to have this fun battle here. As you can see, I've still got my standard team because this is the team that I guess have been doing the best for me. I streamed a lot of battles yesterday and I didn't really use this team too often, but pretty much every time that I did use this team, it was a win or a really close battle. So this team has been doing the best for me, so I'm gonna I don't even know anymore, man. Let's just get into the battle so I can hopefully get out my words properly. But yeah, be sure to check out the links to my stream and JFlynn's stream down in the description, and leave a like for this battle if you enjoy it, hopefully. Yeah, I should probably just start it. Let's go. So the music actually works. I didn't know this, but depending on the music that you pick when you're doing the battle itself will be the music that you have when you do the replay. So I'm gonna lead off with my usual Carbink dual screen setup. A lot of people have been telling me to actually run Klefki instead of Carbink, but I just love Carbink's like natural bulk. He's got such high defense and special defense, and you'll see that come through here as he goes for his Alakazam, which ends up working out because the energy ball is super effective and is doing a ton of damage to Carbink, but not enough to take out the Carbink, especially with the light screen up. You see that the energy ball does even less damage. So now we've set up the dual walls. We can take one more energy ball. Well, this one's gonna take us out, and which is truly outrageous. I mean, Carbink, oh man. But yeah, at least we got our double wall set up, which usually would be really good, but I'm still not very good at how to use this. You'll see later on in the battle, I get my dual wall set up, which is really helping us out against that Psychic. You see it does less than half damage, which allows me to set up the the Swords Dance. I was just reading Rose sharply, but yeah, the Swords Dance. And I also noticed that this Alakazam was not running Life Orb, so it definitely had the Focus Sash. Every Alakazam that I've seen that is not a Mega Evolution either has Life Orb or the Focus Sash. So this one was one of the latter variety, I guess. And here's where I start making my mistakes. I've got my dual walls up. You'd think that I should just keep going and try to, you know, make the most of this by just sweeping with Talonflame right now, but my, I guess, instincts went for the Roost. So I go for the double Roost here, able to tank out the Psychics. I guess I was hoping that I could get back to full HP on Talonflame and then be able to sweep with that. But in the end, it ends up kind of being worse because I wasted 2 turns of my dual walls, and you'll see right now the light screen is already wearing off. So whatever he sends out next, if it is physical attacking, or sorry, special attacking, we no longer have the light screen. But he does go for his Chansey, which is something kind of strange. I usually see Blissey, but Chansey is pretty surprising to me. It goes for the Toxic, which I was kind of expecting. Usually, at least in my Blissey, I have Aromatherapy, Toxics, Protect, which I guess is the normal thing. And Soft Boiled, I don't think mine has Protect actually, it has Thunderbolt or Flamethrower. Either way, this one does end up having Protect, which I expected it to, so I went for the Swords Dance here. Not really expecting it, but I mean, it doesn't really have anything that could hurt me too badly unless it was running Thunderbolt, and even then, I don't think Chansey really has that much special attack, so went for the Swords Dance, because at this point, Brave is poisoned, and I don't really have anything to heal that with, so I'm just kind of thinking to myself, you know what, let's let Brave take out anything that it can, and then die from the poisoning eventually. But yeah, Chansey does take up the Acrobatics very nicely. It's kind of strange. I usually run Blissey, which has very low defense. Actually, they both have really low defense, but I guess the Eviolite on Chansey definitely gives it a lot more defenses than usual. And here's something a little strange. Instead of going for the Protect there, which probably would have stalled out my Toxic a little longer, he switches out to Dragonite, which wasn't really bad because of multi-scale. If you guys don't know, the multi-scale ability will half the damage of an attack when the Pokemon is at 100% HP. And since I didn't have any rocks set up or anything like that, this Dragonite was able to make use of the multi-scale, so the acrobatics didn't do very much damage, and the poisoning almost takes me out here, but not quite because of the Protect there. So if he probably would have gone for Protect on Chansey and then switched out to Dragonite, he would have been able to stall out for 2 turns, therefore Talonflame would have died, and, you know, Dragonite still would have taken some damage, but Hydreigon here probably would have survived, which is what he ended up switching into. Another kind of strange switch in from him. I didn't really expect that, but yeah, his Talonflame was pretty much his Hydreigon was sacrificed there for really not much of anything. I know he has a Metagross on his team, so I was kind of surprised not to see that switched in rather than, I guess, the Hydreigon. I don't know. I guess it was more of a panic switch. Either way, Machamp is now coming out. I've gone for Washington. Washington is kind of the Pokemon that I go for whenever I'm like, I don't really know what he's going to switch out to, so I'm just going to throw in Washington. I mean, if it's something bad, then we can at least Volt switch out. Which in this case, it was actually Machamp. I went straight for the Will-O-Wisp, knowing that he is a very big physical attacker, so now all of his physical attacks will do half damage. He goes for the Dynamic Punch, confuses us, so I am going to switch out here into Sudowoodo, and he goes for the another Dynamic Punch, I guess, just trying to get off as much damage as he can. If this would have been a Guts Machamp, man, this would have backfired so badly, but usually Machamps have no guard, and this one is no exception to that, so yeah, no guts today, Mr. Machamp. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and Leech Seed this guy, and something I really wasn't expecting since I don't battle many Machamps, I was not expecting this to have, I didn't really know what moves it would have, but you'll see in just a second after all of these turns of burning and crashing and burning, and yeah, he's got the Ice Punch basically, which I was not expecting. I guess Machamp can learn all 3 of the punches, but I don't know, I haven't really battled many Machamps, and I guess Ice Punch is kind of a common thing as I researched it after the battle, either Thunder or Ice Punch. But the Ice Punch is actually going to end up freezing us, which you'll see is not a big deal for Sudowoodo. He is a rock tree. He doesn't even need to move to do his job. You'll see that the Burning and the Leech Seed pretty much is doing its job for us. But yeah, that is going to take down Machamp to a decent amount, and he's actually going to switch out over to Gobble Gobble back to the Dragonite. I really can't do anything against Dragonite, especially Frozen, and I'm really scared of just getting outraged and losing Sudowoodo here. But what ends up happening works out so well. Honestly, I was not expecting this to happen. We get another Citrus Berry from Harvest, but it's not really going to matter, as I'm going to switch into Washington, and you'll see he's going to go for the Fire Punch. Honestly, I wasn't really expecting that. I was either expecting an Earthquake or an Outrage. An Outrage probably would have killed Washington. Yeah, most likely would have killed Washington, or a Dragon Dance actually would have worked out too, because then he'd have the Dragon Dance and honestly have the potential to sweep through the rest of my team, because I don't think I've got much of anything to actually tank out this Dragonite. But yeah, here he goes out back to his Chansey. Don't really know. Washington doesn't have too much that it can do to Dragonite. Actually, I do have a little bit of surprise on Rotom right now that doesn't end up happening in this battle, but wait, actually, did I just use it? Yeah, I just used it. It was the Hidden Power, which would have hurt Dragonite. It's not an Ice Hidden Power, which is what usually Rotom has, but, you know, it's something that can still hurt Dragonite. Guys, it is the all-powerful Dragon Hidden Power. Yeah, I don't know, man. I couldn't get like, Hidden Powers are just way too hard to breed for, but expecting the Toxic, I go out and Shooting Star breaks the mold, like the song, you know the song. Only shooting stars use the swords dance. But yeah, Chansey literally can't do anything to Excadrill right now. I later found out that this Chansey literally did not have any offensive moves. It just has Protect, Toxic, Soft Boiled, and I forget what the last move is, but it has no offensive moves. And he switches into Metagross there. Not too sure about that switch. He could have gone straight for Dragonite, knowing that I was probably going to Earthquake, but either way, we end up taking the Metagross in one hit, which was kind of surprising to me as well. Metagross has very high defense. I mean, it didn't really matter. It would have gone down in 2 hits either way, because I'm sure Excadrill is faster than Metagross. But one thing I did not expect Excadrill to be faster than is Dragonite. I don't know, it just looks like a flying dragon to me. It looks pretty fast, but he is actually faster than the Dragonite. I don't think I run max speed on this Excadrill, so I was honestly surprised that I was faster than it, but we finally take it out with a Rock Slide, And with that, the battle is pretty much sealed. His last 2 Pokemon are definitely slower than Shooting Star. So Shooting Star with just 1 Swords Dance is about to sweep through the rest of the team. It was a really fun battle, though. There were definitely a lot of mistakes by both sides here. I'm still trying to learn everything, and I don't know, this team has just worked out, I guess, the best. It's got the best synergy, but I've been trying out a lot of different teams, so in upcoming battles, I will definitely be using other teams. I believe the next one coming up will be the same one, but then after that, I'll start uploading with different stuff. But yeah, that was it for the battle. Very, very fun battle, JFlynn. Thanks for that, and again, be sure to check out his stream down in the description, and my stream as well if you want to check out some X and Y Wi-Fi battles. I actually streamed a ton of battles last night, or yesterday night, however you prefer to say it, but I don't know when the next one will be. Most likely on the weekend, as my friend is coming over today when this is going up, so I don't know if I'll have many time to stream in the upcoming days, but there'll definitely be battles going up as I've got a bunch pre-recorded. Either way, if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, and I apologize if my voice kind of sounded weird. I've been getting a kind of cold. I don't really know. It's very sad because this is the worst time possible to get a cold right now when all these new games are coming out, and I need my voice at tip-top shape. Anyway, hope you enjoyed again, and see you guys in the next battle.